Welcome to the Point Cartwright rock pools, a place where hundreds of wacky and wonderful species calls home. Tag along as we explore what these unbelievable rock formations have to offer below the surface. This rock pool was full of sea squirts. When low tide approaches, sea squirts hold onto water to prevent desiccation, so if you press on one of them, they'll release a jet stream of water. These here are chitons, which are one of the oldest species of mollusks. In this pool there was a small school of sergeant majors. They had to battle some fierce waves as the tide came in. This swallowtail dart got stuck in this rock pool. I'm sure he made it out during high tide. Underneath this ledge there was a shoal of blennies grazing and exploring. There were some more blennies in here, chasing each other around. We kept on walking around the headland, where we started to see slightly different species and different ecosystems. This insane looking slug is called a white speckled sea hare. These mollusks look like nothing I've ever seen before, and there were a ton of them all hanging out in these rock pools. Sea hares have a very interesting way of life. They get their name from the tentacles on their nose that resemble the ears of a hare. They also have these massive wings on their backs, which can be used for swimming, although they prefer sliding over rocks to graze algae. The white speckled sea hare only lives for about 1 year. so during that time they must reproduce. When mating, sea hares form a long chain. They are hermaphrodites, so they share female and male reproductive organs, and when breeding in these chains, they act as a male for the sea hare in front and a female for the sea hare behind. What an unbelievable and ingenious way of life. I managed to spot this Australian blue swimmer crab. He wasn't very keen on being my friend though. That's pretty long for a sea cucumber, isn't it? As we trekked further around the cliffs, we found a lot of sea cucumbers. Sea cucumbers are filter feeder scavengers and use their tube feet to gather food and move. They can contract their entire body, allowing them to slide across the rock pool floor. This is a feather duster worm. Just watch what happens here. Just a little scale comparison to show the size of the sea slug. This is probably one of the biggest ones we've seen. He's recoiling. There were sea hares all throughout these pools, and some were even getting in the way of other creatures. Down there's a crab, and there's a sea slug over the top of it. Oh! It's honestly crazy how gigantic these sea hares are. Here is the highly venomous cone snail. This rock pool was the last one that we visited. There were plenty of fish swimming around, and here you can see a blenny being very territorial. That brings us to the end of this video. Thank you so much for hanging around till the end, and stay tuned for my next upload.